Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Next Gen Ag, the podcast where we highlight the voices shaping the future of agriculture and the National FFA. Today's episode is going to be really exciting because we are joined by Hayden, a high school student who is a dedicated member of the Louisiana FFA program. So, getting started into it, how about you introduce yourself?
Well, as you said, my name is Hayden Gregg. I'm a part of the Louisiana FA Association. My chapter is Lakeside Junior Senior chapter. I go there, and I've been a part of Lakeside or FA for now going into my third year.
Okay. Let's see. What is something that got you into the FFA organization?
So originally, the best way I can explain it was my advisor because I came to Louisiana my sophomore year, and I did not. Be with you, it was kind of funny. I didn't plan on being an ag. Didn't want to be in a computer class, and I was kind of like, well, what else can I be? And they were like ag, so I went to ag, and then I found out they had speaking stuff. Well, I always loved to be a public speaker, so I got into it from there, and I started with contemporary speaking. But past that, basically from that event on, it got me into ag and FA and everything like that, and just kind of like everything it brought me into was a lot of the people and just a lot of, and but then also to knowing I can shape my own future. So kind of just it started from me just not want to be in one class and get into another to now I'm already finished all my ag classes that I can take. So now I'm kind of like already at my end, but I'm going to be continuing FA for my senior year.
Very fun. Did you say you did extemporaneous?
Yes, I've done
How
extemporaneous
is that?
speaking. So what? Sorry.
How is that like for you? Do you
Okay,
like it?
so yes, I actually loved it. I did this. This is my second year doing it, and this year we also did parliamentary procedure. That was my two LDs that we did, and I loved both. They've all been fun. Just kind of brought me out more of my shell and just being able to make me better of a public speaker.
Yeah. I know my freshman year I did Creed, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know some people are scared of it because it's like memorizing 5 paragraphs, but
But the thing is, it's so easy because it's funny you
yeah.
say that because I went to leadership camp last year and they had a Creed speaking event for anybody to do. So I joined in it and I got like third place and it
Oh,
was so fun. It was funny. So I got some like trash trophy. Like when I tell you trash trophy, it was literally a Slim Jim box with 2 cups on it. So
yeah. But I did Creed my freshman year. This year I did impromptu. That for Creed and impromptu, I didn't make it out of my section, which was very sad, but I mean, it's whatever. Next year, I'm planning on doing prepared.
okay,
So that's really fun. I've
fair enough.
noticed that I've noticed that with the speaking events, I like more structured
Mhm.
types of things. I can't like really think off the top of my head, so prepared is probably going to be very fun. And then I did Parley Pro this year, which was really fun.
Yes, I love. I'm more of like a person to where like I'm very quick thinker and I'm very obviously very you can tell very quick speaker. I'm very talkative, so I kind of just be shooting out ideas as I go with it. But then as well, like Park Paper Procedure this year, we did it, and so we did really good actually for our first year. It was, and now we're going next year, which can be fun. I'm excited for it.
Um, are you like a part of anything like I would say like take on more responsibility in like your chapter? Like, are you a chapter officer or anything?
So this year I served as a chapter officer. I served as my chapter principal as for the 2025-2026 year.
How was your experience with that?
I think I really liked it. We had a very good officer team. It was very fun and just like I got to experience a lot. Like I got to go to Nomcom. I got to go to leaders camp the year I was going into my serving, like the 2025 year I got to go and just be throughout the year. I really did love it. It was a lot of fun just to be able to experience like just get to meet new people and get to do a lot of stuff, be with my chapter and just kind of like meeting people within my chapter as well.
Yeah. Um, so obviously I'm not from Louisiana. I'm from California. Is there anything a part of Louisiana's agriculture that is like that might shock someone from out of state?
I mean, not much that I can think of. I mean, the only thing I can think of is like is it, as you know, Louisiana is a bit smaller state than California because I think California, it's either California or Texas is one of the leading ones, but it's a very small state. But we also like have a very huge impact. I guess I could say like I know that I want to say a lot of schools in our state have agriculture, but at the same time I don't think a lot of them do. trying to think. There's nothing I really think of be shocking. I would say. I mean, besides maybe like So I don't know if y'all have. I don't think y'all might have this event, but so we have an event called Gulf of Mexico, and that's for y'all have that.
No, I don't believe
So
so.
we have. It's like prepared speaking, but it's like a step down from it. It's where you focus on the Gulf of Mexico. So everybody that does competition has focused on Gulf of Mexico and talk about some agriculture issue that's occurring there. And that's one of the
Oh,
events. One of my friends competed in it, and they did both really good.
that actually sounds really cool. I low key wish we had that.
Yes, it's. I haven't done it. I've researched a little bit, but I've always been extemporaneous, and then moved on to power procedure this year. So
Um, let's see. How would you describe the FFA program overall, like as Louisiana's state, I guess, FFA program?
yeah. So the way I would describe it is to basically, you were talking about this earlier in competition. And I heard you say something about section. So Louisiana is a bit structured different when it comes to your like different parts, I guess. FA. It's like how competition goes is we compete at district level, and then we move on to a area level in the state. We have like 4 areas. We have area 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm part of area 1, which is like the very north Louisiana. It's like the very top. And I guess one thing like a lot of it's like we have a like ours is section. I don't know how to explain it. Like I guess it's divided different than like other ones because you can serve as a area officer and a state officer,
Okay,
and
that
like
that's
there's
kind
certain
of like that's kind of like how it is for us,
Mhm.
but ours is like I guess more broken down. In the state of California, we have sections, but then we also have regions. So within our state regions, go the sections. So we have like I'm a part of the South Coast region. There's the San Joaquin region, the Central region. So within the different regions, there's different sections that each chapter is a part of. So for competitions, for the speaking competitions, we go through sectional competitions. Then if you make it out of sectionals, you move on to regionals, and then you compete at state.
Okay. Ours is
So
pretty almost pretty similar to that, but we have a bit less, I guess, competition levels. I guess I don't know how I'd say it, just because we go district, area, and then state. But then when I went to go do CDs this year, I went straight area then state. I didn't make state, but I went straight area, and I didn't have a district competition.
yeah, that's very different from us because our CDE competitions we don't have like we have like I guess field days I guess they're called on like where you go to different schools across the state
Yeah,
to compete, but
that's
it's not
how.
really like state. It's
Mhm.
just like if you want to attend these to get practice in, I guess you can,
Yeah,
and you get like a reward if you win.
it's
Um,
not too
but
far.
but then we have state, and
Yeah, a lot of our competitions are held at colleges. I would say, like district is not, but then like, or for me at least, district competitions are held at like somewhere in our like kind of area or a little small, not even area. I can't say area, I guess, and like somewhere near us and our
yeah.
district. I guess somewhere in our district is held. But then after that, once we go to area, a lot of times it's held at colleges. Like my LD competition, the past 2 years has been held at Louisiana Tech. That is in
Oh,
Memphis, which is not too far away from me actually.
let's see. Are there any things like you can think of from like I don't know if you've like heard stuff about or seen videos from California FFA. Is there anything that like looks different compared to um, Louisiana's?
So I do follow a lot of the FA accounts on social media, so I do see a little bit here and there. I will say one thing that I've noticed is, and obviously this is obviously going to be a very obvious answer to say, but is y'all have so many more members due to y'all having like such a bigger state and population. Like I
Yeah.
noticed like y'all state when y'all go to like I want to say like when I saw y'all's convention, I'm pretty sure y'all state convention. I think I saw it one time. It would look way more huge compared to ours. Like you've seen like any of the videos on Louisiana State Convention, it's very kind of small. There's not near as many people. Like I think we have, if I'm correct, how I heard it last, we have like 14,000 members. While I think y'all have like what could be like 2, 3 times, maybe more than that. I'd say y'all
Yeah.
have way more. And I've noticed like when I've seen stuff, like y'all have so many more members, and it looks like y'all have I guess other things like just how y'all's I don't know like how y'all's officers are structured. I don't know how to explain it. Like how like y'all have so many different how y'all have
Um,
sections, regionals, like all the kind of like that all stuff's kind of just sectioned off, kind of different than how we are.
yeah. I would say like yes, our state is very big, like comparing its members to other states. But I forgot what the word is, but in California, if you enroll in an ag program or an ag class, you're automatically enrolled into the FFA organization. So that's kind of like the reason why we have so many members. I mean, across the state, obviously, not everyone in an ag class is going to be super involved, but
Yeah,
we do have a lot of members who are very actively involved. So it's very fun. Yeah, our state conference is wild. Like
that
it,
looks huge compared to us. Like I could not
yeah,
imagine.
it is huge. Like there's so many FFA members. We have a night dedicated to having fun. Like there's silent disco, there's bounce houses, there's trampolines. It's very fun. So
I
I
just
know
so how
when
ours.
I
Here, I'll let you
or
finish.
oh, I was just gonna say when I scheduled an interview with Haley Pleasance, the Maryland FFA state president, I was really shocked, and I literally told my advisor, I was like, "What the heck? How did I get a state president to have interest in being on my
Yeah.
podcast? I thought they were like always busy and stuff." And
Yeah.
he was like, "Well, you have to notice that California is like one of the biggest ag programs, and it's like we we run things very different compared to the smaller states because they are not automatically enrolled, so they don't have as many members and they're not as busy, I guess.
Yeah.
So
So that's like talking about state conference stuff like that. So I did not go. I did not attend this year because I was taking care of other matters during the time. But so this year's state convention, I'll just go back to last year's what it was like. Basically, last year I remember how we did it is they had sessions where each like the officers, retiring officers, would give their speeches stuff like that. I knew it was like non-com going on during the time. They had some competitions going on, and I know that we had one night where like some like he was not like a very big singer, but he was like a decent band came and like they performed in front of all the Louisiana FA, and we got to go watch like a concert. And they had like another time where there's like a dance. We did not attend that. Our chapter went bowling and saw fireworks, which I wish we went to dance. At the same time, it was a lot of fun to like spend that time in my chapter and just kind of get. Because I learned not. It wasn't even just my chapter that went with us. It was way other chapters I got to like kind of just like meet more of and stuff like that. But our state convention, I've noticed it's way smaller and we don't do near as much because we don't have near as many members. But like as you were saying earlier, like I remember you mentioned how you automatically enroll members. So through my school, we don't automatically enroll members. I think he tries to like get people into it, but we just don't automatically enroll them. But our chapter's definitely got way better. Like our chapter, like over the past year, has improved like a lot. Like it got way bigger, and not even just member wise, but like we've like built a lot up.
yeah, um, it was like very shocking to realize that every other state, obviously every other state, their FFA programs are
Yeah.
different, but it was just like shocking to see how different California was to other ones because I feel like um our FFA, like our organization as a state, it's very yes, it's big, but it's like also very like trying to wow everyone.
Yeah. I know,
Um
like I guess yeah, I can with like competitors. I mean, obviously we're all together as FA, but I know like the next state would be Texas right there. And
yeah.
honestly, I came to Texas my freshman year, and I didn't do FA until I got to Louisiana. So
Oh,
wish I did when I was Texas. Could have been I'd been way bigger. It'd been way
yeah.
bigger.
What you were saying, like how you have like different sessions at your state convention. We I think we had 7 sessions, literally. Okay, 6 or 7 sessions.
Okay, yeah,
Um, um, I think it was that amount. But I know the first session when we went in, it was like an introduction, hearing from the state officers. We got to hear like 2 guest speakers. The next session, it was kind of the same thing. They did games with different regions, like members from different regions.
yeah.
Um,
All right, so how
then
I guess the sessions are. I think ours are very similar from what I'm hearing so far.
yeah. We like yes, we have the retiring addresses from the state officers. Those are usually the last 6 session. Well, I guess we only have 4 days of state convention, so there's one on the first day, two on the second, two on the third, and then one on the fourth. So we have the retiring addresses throughout each session. So there's one per session, and then this year we had a night called On Till Dawn, which was like basically our fun night, and we had a whole not I get a whole convention center basically rented out, and they had like bounce houses, they had different college workshops and stuff like that. So that was very fun.
That's how ours kind of was. We also had the expo center where you go out and go see all these different like some chapters would present stuff. I remember, and like also there was colleges and like other clubs there that would have different stuff going on. I remember seeing that.
Yeah. I actually really like this year's state convention because I got to go last year. But I feel like this year definitely had I feel its benefits compared to last year for me because our state did the CalAg um, license plates to
Yeah.
where the chapter who gives out the most license plate got to get like I guess front row seats at
Yeah.
the convention. So our chapter won that, and we got front row seats. And me and my friend, um, it was front row of like
Yeah.
where the bleachers are, not really the floor seats.
Yeah.
So we kind of just like hopped the wall, and we went onto the floor to hang out with our other friends.
I mean,
So that
hey,
was really fun.
that,
They were really chill though. They didn't really care.
yeah.
So um, let's see. What advice would you give to middle schoolers or freshmen going into their FFA program?
The biggest advice I would have, or the biggest advice I would give, really be just to stay open because like you meet a lot of people through this, and keeping an open mind and just staying open throughout everything helps you learn so much more. And I know a lot of people say that, but just keeping an open mind and keeping like even an open personality and being very inviting to everybody, and just like it makes everybody feel involved and felt engaged. And just next thing is like kind of it's like the more you stay open, the more people you meet, and you can learn a lot from just talking to one few people. Because like just right now, I talked to one person in FA, and I did not even know half the stuff I did now about California FA. And the only other advice I would give would be is like don't stop. And obviously it's another one that is very common to say, but is don't stop like just once it gets bad once. Like you can do it. Like if you don't play it the first time, come back again next year because like that's how it went with me. Is my contemporaneous? I was be real with you. I went like I think either 12th out of 14 people or 13 out of 14 last year. Then this year I came back and obviously I didn't place again, but I did way better and got higher placing. I got a seventh out of I want to say it's 14. Like I did way better than I did my first years, and just the more you come back and do it again and again and again, the better you're gonna get. So just don't quit off based off one bad experience.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that because when I did Creed my freshman year, I did not place, which
Yeah,
it was really hard for me because um, what they do at our sectional level to go to regionals is for the freshmen when they do Creed. Since there's so many freshmen wanting to do Creed, um, they take actually I think it was like 43 students out of our section to compete at regionals,
yeah,
and we I think we had our chapter was one of the most who brought freshmen to compete in Creed, and there was only 3 students who didn't make it out of section, and I was one of those 3. So it was
yeah,
like it was really hard for me.
yeah. It's the
But
same.
then my advisor, he was like talking to me, and he was like saying how he knew that like I did my best, and he my favorite quote that he said that the loss will teach you more than the success ever will. So
Yeah,
that's kind of what I try to keep true in my head.
yeah.
But I think that's all I have for today.
All right,
So thank you so much for being on the podcast.
all right. You're welcome, and thank you for having me. I was gonna say it was a great experience. So,
Yes. Thank you guys for listening whenever you are listening to this, whether it's during the day or at night. I don't know. But it's been a while since I recorded an episode. So I'm so sorry for the wait, you guys. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. Hayden, I hope you have a great day too.
all right, good. You too.
And I'll see you guys on the next episode.